Hey folks, what's up? This is Michael. Happy Friday, folks. Oh my goodness, that's what I'm talking about. Happy Friday from the graveyard shift in the wee hours of the night with your daily trivia question. Once again, going to wrap up this week and get ready for a weekend. And let me tell you, I was outside just a minute ago doing my rounds, walking around, and a cold front has obviously moved through like they said it was going to. What I've been waiting for. Dropped the temperature about 20 degrees. God, this is perfect fall weather, folks. I'm loving this. Truly, truly am. I know we're probably not done with the dog days just yet, but this is my kind of weather, and I am so ready for fall, Halloween, all that good stuff. Anywho, let's get on with Friday, shall we? The answer to the previous trivia question was none other than the Peace Corps from the 1960s. The Peace Corps is an independent U.S. government agency that trains and deploys volunteers to provide international development assistance. The job of Peace Corps members is to assist developing countries by providing skilled workers for service in fields such as education, health, entrepreneurship, women's empowerment, and of course community development. A significant number of people who serve in the Peace Corps are college graduates who are assigned to specific projects in certain countries based on their qualifications, their experience, and of course their academic studies. Peace Corps members are expected to serve at least 2 years in the host country. The Peace Corps was one of President Kennedy's very first accomplishments as a president of the United States, and the whole idea garnered bipartisan congressional support very quickly and popular support from the country in general at the time. Remember, this is the early 1960s, particularly among recent university graduates, in that it was a pretty good first job to have. You're out of college. People are saying, nah, we really need somebody with experience, and you can't get experience unless you get that first job. And, of course, that's a long-standing issue with college graduates. Peace Corps helped these people out at this time. It was established in March of 1961 by an executive order from President John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and it was authorized by Congress, therefore making it official by what was known as the Peace Corps Act on September 22nd, 1962. Say it with me, folks. That was the focus of the trivia question. Now, although recognized for its humanitarian efforts, there was a very political strategy, make no mistake, behind getting the Peace Corps started that goes back to Kennedy's 1960 presidential campaign when he was running for president. And, of course, the Cold War. This is the height of the Cold War era. It was especially during this time. Remember, this is post-World War II. In 1945, World War II ended. This is post-World War II. Nuclear testing began immediately off the Bikini Islands. Berlin Wall is up. We're in the middle of the space race, right? Everyone wanted to improve America's global image and leadership against the good old Soviet Union. Kennedy researched and had recognized very early on that the Soviet Union, post-World War II, were deploying skilled citizens abroad in the service of world communism. And he quite frankly wanted a rebuttal against that. He argued that the United States must do the same to advance values such as democracy and liberty. That is what we do. And this became the foundational principles, one of the many foundational principles of the Peace Corps. A couple of cool geek factoids about the Peace Corps. And it is a cool organization. It truly is. In its inaugural year, the Peace Corps had 900 volunteers serving 16 countries. Not a whole lot, reaching its peak in 1966 very quickly with over 15,000 volunteers in 52 countries. 1989, skip forward 30-something odd years, saw some budget cuts and a very significant decrease in the Peace Corps members, down to only a little over more than 5,000, and the increase in funding and participants had been slowed down into the 21st century. It quite frankly was just not something that was popular anymore. It was not something that too many college graduates were interested. Since its inception, however, on an overall basis, more than 240,000 Americans have joined the Peace Corps and served in in 42 countries. I would love, and I put this as a final notation on this trivia question, I would love to pick the brain of and interview someone who has been in the Peace Corps and learn a little bit more about that experience, about that organization, and about that what that's all about. The Peace Corps is still very much around. I think my research serves me correctly. It said it had a operating budget of a little over $400 million. All right, folks, I'm talking about getting this weekend kicked off right here, right now. Let's get through Friday first. Let's do it for September 23rd on this day. Check this out. In 1949, based on the assistance from scientists who had recorded seismic activity, President Harry Truman announces to the American public that this had occurred within the Soviet Union, causing a panic throughout the country. Think of the year, folks. Think of seismic activity. Think of Russia. Think of Friday. Peace out.